dream don't get no harder. Gets easy once you start it. No use in running away. Mr. Panting said you got it.
Yeah, you got that, and it feels so good to be on track. Even when you fall down, ain't no other way around. Your success is determined by your bounce back. Dream.
Well, welcome everybody. We are trying this GoToMeeting thing. Welcome to Ava's Casual Chat and Teens with Dreams. We are together today, and we are very happy to have Ruben out there handling all of this for us. Thank you, Ruben. Shout out to Hamilton Radio.
Thank you, Ruben.
And the Logan Brothers for that beautiful song. Thank you, Logan Bros. And our sponsor, International Internet Radio Hall of Fame host, Jerry Petito. So thank you so much. And so we are here with Marco Panting, Mr. Panting of Mr. Panting Productions, Teens with Dreams, Ava's Casual Chat, and our special guest, RIA G. RIA, say your last name because I don't want to screw it up.
It's
Say it again.
Guvernattis.
Guvernattis.
It's a little long.
Yeah, it's a little long, but I always know you as RIA G. Much easier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say RIA G.
So let's get right into it. Marco said he just came back from a run, and you and I were talking earlier about running and things we can do with all this going on. I mean, I want to hear about you and what you do, but let's first talk about running and how we can do things. Even if we're staying at home, there's things you can do right outside your home if you're not going like to a park or something, right? Marco, tell us about your run. Where do you run?
Yeah, I run near my neighborhood, you know, around the block, and I just feel like it's like a nice it's a nice like deep breath, you know. It's a nice, you know, like all your thoughts, everything just goes away, and you focus just on you in that moment, you know, and think about
like
all the things that you want to
right?
achieve, and and all the things you have achieved, and it's a good time to spend by yourself, you know.
Yeah, I was telling RIA that people can run, like I have like a railroad apartment set up so you can run or walk, you know, down your hallway if that's how you have it. If you have a ramp, like I just visited my friend and she has a ramp at her house, you can walk up and down the ramp. Or, you know, if you venture out, you can go, most little communities have a little park where you can walk around the track.
Oh, I run the streets.
Yeah, or run. Some people are not going out that far, so there's things you can do at your home. RIA, you were telling us something running outside, right?
Yeah, so I have a friend, she's training for a marathon, and she does a lot of runs. And there's virtual marathons now where you just kind of check in on your phone and start running, run around your block, run around the park, anywhere around your house. And as long as you just keep with the run, you can complete a marathon. They then mail you your awards, your certificates, all that fun stuff. So you get the whole feel of a marathon, and you're still running just virtually.
That's pretty cool.
How do you join, RIA?
I'm sorry?
How do you do it?
Join?
There's different ones that you can just find online. I don't know which one she's using, but I know there's quite a few, and you just do a virtual one. I actually, even before all this started, I had a few friends that were doing that, and they were like running on a treadmill at home or at the gym, and then you just kind of clock into the app, and then it counts, and there's different themes. There's taco themes, Disney themes. There's like everything that you can think of as a marathon, and then you get your medal and your certificate for it.
That's nice. It's motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You were talking
I know
also.
Your daughter was doing it, Ava.
Virtual? I don't know about her doing virtual.
The pool. They're doing a virtual running 5K for the pool, swimming, and running.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. I don't actually know how they did that, but
I was going to join it, but I didn't have time when she did it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we can find all that stuff online too. So amazing, so many things we can do, even though, you know, many people are still staying indoors for the most part. RIA, we were talking about kids and what you do with the Girl Scouts. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Sure. So I'm actually a Girl Scout leader. My cousin's daughter was in Girl Scouts, and then her and I created a troop together. I was a Girl Scout for over 8 years, so it's something that I'm passionate about. I love the overall idea, what you learn, experiences. Girl Scouts helped shape me. So I became a leader, and we created a troop, and we've 8 girls. And we've just had to find ways to do things virtually. The girls had worked so hard this year on selling cookies and fall products, and they even did their own little craft show just so they can raise money to go camping and do a few events, I should say more than a few events for the spring. So we had a lot lined up for March, April, May, and June. And unfortunately, all of that got canceled. So we kind of had to change course and do a lot of things virtually. So we've been doing virtual meetings and trying to get different awards that they can earn all virtually. And it's been a task because it's a little extra trying to find what you can do online and make sure the girls have the right, items at home in order to finish the work. But I noticed that, girls are still participating. They still want to. I did little survival kits for them. I called it the Girl Scout Troop Quarantine Kit. And we put different things in there. I left it on their porch, so it was a little surprise to them. And it was just things like a star for doing a good job, a gum to know that you could stick together. I think I had 20-something items in there, and it was just little motivational things to keep them going. So it was a nice surprise. So it's just finding little tasks like that could kind of brighten their day, because it's really hard on them. They're not in school. They're not seeing their friends. They're just new to this whole virtual idea. They're doing work online. They're Zooming with their teachers. So it's a task.
And the online community is blowing up also, although some people are finding it easier to do things online and, create community that way. So that's kind of cool. RIA, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and, where you're from, what do you do, and, all that stuff.
Sure. So I actually have my own business. I'm an event planner, Simply Platinum, and we do different events. Yeah, we do any kind of social events. I do registration websites. We actually had an event scheduled for March, and it was right before the state closed down. So we had to make the decision, because 2 or 3 days before that, if we wanted to continue the event. And I saw a lot of, responses of people that were uncertain about coming. Vendors weren't sure. So we made the decision to reschedule. We rescheduled it for June 12th, which was this upcoming Friday. And the venue that we were having at is not allowed to open yet. So we had to reschedule it again. So this one small event has continued to progress and will hopefully happen, fingers crossed, in August for us. But so we plan different events. We love shopping, so we plan shopping events. We do Small Business Saturday, which the two of you have been a part of for the past few years. We're going to have to see what we do this year.
This year coming, right? Yeah. Well, I think by then, but do you do it in November, right? Or December? Or is it?
We do it in November. Yep. Small Business
November,
Saturday.
yeah. So hopefully we will be at least somewhat back to what we can call normal by then. Anyway, you and I met at an event planning group.
I love it.
That's awesome. And then Marco, you do events also. So why don't you, or I think, did we lose connection? Hello?
He's paused.
Oh, there we are. Nope, we're paused again. Sorry, guys. First time we're doing it this way, so just bear with us. Getting the kinks out. Although we may be back in the studio next month. So anyway, Mr. Panting, tell us a little bit about you and, what you do and all that stuff. We're all in event planning, so in events anyway, in some way or shape or form. Marco, you there? I think we lost him. Marco?
Ava, just continue with the show.
Okay. I don't know. He'll have to try to get back on, I guess. I don't know what happened there. Okay. So Teens with Dreams usually airs the first Sunday of every month from 2 to 3, and Ava's Casual Chat from 1 to 2. So today we are combining the shows. Marco, let us know when you're back. And So we'll hear a little bit from Marco once he gets back. So again, I'm Ava Holly. My business is 4A Star. It's the number 4astar.biz, as we are revamping the .com, and I'll have more information for you as we tweak some things, like you and I were talking about earlier, Ria, about tweaking some things since we do events, you know, and I haven't really done any events online. I know a lot of people are doing them. Honestly, I don't really have the savvy for that, although it's not that difficult. I'm still tweaking and I'm still learning.
Yeah, I was actually considering doing one online, trying to find a way to bring the event that we were going to do in March, now in June, now in August, kind of bringing that to the virtual world. So I'm working on that this week. So hopefully we can kind of get that rolling and give our guests a little something before the actual event, and try the virtual world, you know, rather than just posting in Facebook Live. I know we've been partnering with Pino's Palette in Wall, New Jersey, over here by me, and they're the venue that we're having this event. So they've been doing a lot of take-home kits and like painting, things like that. So kind of trying to brainstorm ideas on bringing that in. I've done that before, and it's different. You know, it's a little virtual. You're at your house painting, but you still get the kind of same feel. So I'm trying to come up with different ideas of what we can do to bring our shopping event to life virtually.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about doing something. You know, I like to do things online and keep it very positive, you know, and we also talked about that earlier. So I'm thinking about doing some things, yet I haven't done it yet all this time. And it seems like I'm busier than ever, just doing busy things, not really doing anything of substance. Hear me? There you are. Hi. Yeah, hang on. I can't see you, but I hear you. I don't know what happened. We lost you somehow. Are you back? Are you back?
I was lost for a minute. It's just all of a sudden I couldn't hear nothing.
Okay. Are you there now? Can you hear? Marco? Okay. Oh, there you are. I hear you now. Okay. You there? I don't see you, but I was hearing you for a minute.
Ava, just continue with Ria.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right here. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, we hear you. I was asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do. I filled in with your, you know, our shows and stuff. So, you know, give the audience a little bit about you that may not know you.
Well, as you know me, I'm Mr. Panting from Mr. Panting Productions, where I do video. You know, videos and short films, and the most I like is to do like real life, you know, short films about telling people's life story and where they've been through. And one of my biggest things is bullying, because I went through that. So I like to just, you know, tell what a lot of people go through, you know, in their life.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we've had some cool guests, you know, just reaching out onto different things that have happened in their lives that they shared with us. Hey, Ruben, so the video is paused. Do you still hear me?
Ava, that's on Marco's end, not your end.
Guess not. Anybody?
It's frozen because of the internet, probably.
Ava.
That's glitching for some reason. Yes, Ruben.
When you see that, that's on Marco's end, so you don't have to worry about that. That's on Marco's end.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I saw it just video paused, so it comes and goes.
Yeah, don't pause the show.
Okay, so I think we got all the intros down. Some of the things, tell me some of the things you guys are like thinking about during the time that we're spending home. Like, I know we talked about Ria tweaking the business a little bit, things we can do. What are you doing to keep yourself busy, Ria?
So I think a lot kind of has been put on pause for us. For example, weddings. You know, a lot of weddings have been postponed, or they're doing smaller ones now. So a lot of that kind of has changed for us. I know, Ava, you and I met through the wedding industry, so we work on those. It's kind of just planning ahead and looking to see what we can do kind of after everything settles, and finding things to fill in with in the middle. Like I said, trying to do those virtual events and kind of keeping people working and remembering us, and that we're still here. Able to work with some clients that are looking to book weddings a little further out, so 2021 dates, things like that, and really just planning and trying to understand what's next for us and how we're gonna kind of move on from this. I think a lot of people are gonna be, unsure of where to go when everything starts to open and events start to happen. The limits on how many people, and are we have enough space, and make sure we have social distancing in order. So I think a lot of that has been taking up time trying to sort out what our next steps would be. But for a lot of it, it's kind of just been paused since we have live events that happen, in different venues. So kind of got to just pause on that for now and see what our next steps would be.
Yeah, I think as every week unfolds, more things will unfold that, we have to deal with. And like you said, looking ahead is the best thing, because then you can prepare for the next steps, even in part. So Marco, yeah, I hear you and I see you.
I would like to give a moment of silence for George Floyd and everything that's going around as well.
Sure.
So if you don't mind, we'll take a moment of silence.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I know there's a lot.
Can you hear
there's
me?
a lot of, yes, now I do. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah. Can you hear me? I hear you. No, now I don't hear you.
Yeah. I just, I feel like, just want to give a, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. And I understand what you're doing. Yes, I hear you. I know you're coming and
just
going
back and forth. I can't hear you. You can't hear me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're just going to have to deal with that. Yeah, we did the moment of silence, and I know there's a lot of controversy going on, and we really want to stay clear of that. But we did do our moment of silence, and in respect. So that's awesome. We're dealing with a lot of things right now in the world. When everybody's things are making everybody hot. So we just want to, try to stay positive and, keep everybody's spirits uplifted no matter where you are in the situation. So Ria, you were talking about some other things earlier when we were thinking about what we're going to talk about. And I don't remember exactly what we said. What were one of the things you wanted to touch on?
I noticed that there was some care package specials going on.
Oh, yeah.
I know I've done a few. I sent to my grandparents in New York. I did for the girls for our Girl Scout troop, and it's just a nice little surprise when you get something kind of just delivered on your door, or even a letter or anything like that. Just kind of breaks things up a little bit. And I mean, anything, it could be things that you have around the house and you're putting together. I'm big on my Cricut machine, so I started to make paper flowers, sending out paper flowers. Just kind of give someone a little smile for the day that you're thinking about them, and it's a nice little positive thought to kind of pass around.
Yeah, that's cool. We're going to have a lady on next month about a group I joined online that's really positive. So she's coming on next month, but we've also doing little bags for the nurses. She works in a hospital. So we're doing little snacky bags for the nurses on the floor. So that's kind of cool. So I know, Marco, you've been still working with the pantry, right?
No, yeah. We'll actually be having, we actually will be feeding a couple families in my community this week coming up Thursday. Nice. Last time I was there, we gave food to, I think it was over 600 people. It was like 200 singles and like three. It was like and like 300 families.
Wow.
And it just kept on coming and coming and coming and coming. We didn't stop till like 5 hours. People just kept on coming, and
you and
which is nice.
You and I had a conversation about that it's not just, these people that were working that are out of work. It's middle-class people that can't make ends meet right now.
I've even seen doctors and nurses going to get food.
Yeah,
people that actually make good money, but it's, just, they're not, they just, everyone needs help, Well,
it's great that there are people out there that are doing that and chipping in, and so everybody can kind of survive right now.
Yeah.
There's, a lot of that on Facebook too. I have this one friend, she's been collecting a lot of donations and bringing it to food pantries, and it's really nice that everyone's coming out. Our Girl Scout troop, I go back to this a lot because we've been working on service projects, especially during this time. This is a great time for them to understanding the world and what we can do to help. So one thing they've been doing is back in February, we taught them how to sew buttons. So we dropped off some headbands and buttons, and they sewed buttons on the headbands, and we brought them to different nurses and friends. We called it Buttons on Bands for Heroes. So they could wear the headbands, and then their masks would attach to the buttons on the headbands rather than going around their ears, because after a 12-hour shift, that kind of hurts. So we had to go working on that. So they felt really good about themselves, that they were able to do something to kind of, uplift.
A lot of people I've been talking to are saying that their masks are hot, like wearing them all day, like for shifts they get really hot. So I imagine they have breaks where they can go someplace and take those masks off because they just feel so hot. When you and I wear them, Marco, don't we feel hot just for a few minutes? So imagine these people working these long shifts that are wearing masks all the time, and even though you can breathe in them, you can't breathe.
Yeah, it's a lot. Even just wearing it to grocery shopping, you're waiting. Let's get there quick.
Working outside. I have to wear them, even though I'm with one person, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we lost some of your audio, but we got most of what you were saying. Cool. So, you know what I've seen a lot out there lately is people doing tailgating on their trucks, their own trucks and cars. They're getting their food from takeout places, and then they're finding a place to park and pulling out the beach chairs and the blankets and all that and just sitting around their truck, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, an interesting spin. I know they were looking at closing some, now that they're opening the outside seating, they're looking at closing certain roads. I think the boardwalk, like by me over here, they were talking about, cutting some of the boardwalk where they could put tables so they can have some outdoor seating.
That's interesting.
I think it was Red Bank that was, don't quote me on this, but I think they were looking at closing some roads or something to put some chairs out and, allow restaurants to have outdoor seating. They're getting creative by using parking lots, just different ways so they can at least open up their outdoor seating if they can't open up their dining yet.
Right. Yeah, I heard from some people that are opening up their outside seating soon, and a few things are going to open more at the end of the month. So I guess, like we said, every week that unfolds, we'll see what happens. So what else you got in the works, Rhea? What's going on? What do you got coming up aside from the wedding you were telling me about?
Yeah, so that's in 2021, so we got some time for that one. We got that paint sip and shop that's coming up on August 21st now, so we're super excited.
Virtual or live?
No, this one's a live one. So this is the one that we had for March that was supposed to be Friday. That's now going, but it's really great. We have about 8 vendors in the space, and they all are selling different items. And then we've got the guests coming in and doing painting, and it's really awesome. It's on wood palettes, so it's not just a canvas painting, it's actually a wood palette. There's different sizes you can choose from, and there's over 25 different designs that you can choose from, so everyone's going to make their own. it's going to be a fun night of a little sipping, some shopping and painting, and just kind of enjoying the night. And hopefully, like I said, August would be great, kind of get everyone back together. I know a lot of our guests have been reaching out and they're excited and they're like, are you sure you can't do it? Are you sure you can't do it? And we really can't right now because the venue is not considered essential. So they're not allowed to open yet. So we do have to, reschedule again. You
still have to do the promotion. You still have to promote it in some way, correct?
Yeah. So we also kind of have to look to see what options, because when we do have it, we have to limit class space, a little more spacing between all the painters. So we're going to have to limit how many people, and we're kind of taking a look at those numbers, and we won't know that until we can find out how many people can be in the space. So if it works out, though, we'll have many more because they're a great partner to work with, Pino's Paladin Wall, and they've been great with us through all of this and all these changes and just kind of working together. So hopefully we can do a few more, but we're waiting to just kind of get the ideas as to how many people we can have in there and how much space and how we're going to set everything up, because, we got to keep social distancing in our heads and remember that we have to make sure everyone has their own space. So that's one thing we're working on. And then we're going to wait to see what happens with Small Business Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do with that this year, but hopefully that will be, November, and we should be in good shape by then, or at least getting to good shape by then. Yeah. I know, Marco, we've got New York Fashion Week coming up in 2021, so they canceled the events for 2020. However, you can reserve a table for 2021, and you can reach out to me at 4astar.biz and or on Facebook and find out how you can get a table, reserve a space, because there's only limited spacing there. So that'll be the September show.
They can reach out to me too.
2021 for table. So reach out to either one of us about New York Fashion Week 2021 with Samina Mughal, international clothing designer. So Marco, what do you got coming up? Anything good you want to talk about? What's good? You there?
Right now, well, all events are canceled, so I can't do nothing. But,
well, I mean, what are you looking for the future?
Next year, well, we might still have that Di Bernardo films.
Oh yeah, that's in September, right?
So we're still waiting for that to see what happens. They haven't told me nothing, so I'm supposed to be doing the red carpet video there, but they haven't told me nothing. So.
And we're planning the red carpet for the Atlantic City Ballet. I believe the Papa and Sinatra show will be taking place on September 26th, if that doesn't get postponed again, as your event
we'll still be doing that, right?
Yeah, we'll be doing that as long as they, have the guidelines set up. So that's the plan. Yeah, we're promoting that for September 26th. I believe that's the date. But again, reach out to Marco or myself and find out more about that. RIA.
Hopefully we continue doing it.
Well, I mean, if they don't do it in September, they'll just postpone it again. However, hoping by September things will be coming back to semi-normal or at least a new normal, so to say. Yes, we hear you. RIA, what is the best way for someone to reach out to you?
Sure.
How would someone find you?
So we have two sites. If for our event planning is simply-platinum.com. Again, simply-platinum.com, and that's for all our event planning. And then we also have our Simply Shopping site. You can link it right from Simply Platinum. You can find us on Facebook, Simply Platinum, Simply Shopping. So basically, Simply Platinum is our event planning company, and then Simply Shopping is all of our shopping events that we do. As I was explaining, like the Sip and Shop that we're doing, our Small Business Saturday event that we do every November. All those are our shopping events. But for our general event planning, it's Simply Platinum. Find us on Facebook, Instagram. You just search for us. And we do event planning all over New Jersey, any social events, graduations, since we have graduations coming up, weddings.
Yeah, a lot of them are virtual.
Yeah, some virtual graduations, but we're here to help, and we've been really trying to get through the virtual world. So we're looking at different virtual events. So if someone's looking for a virtual event, we'll work with you on that too. ironically, actually, I had a virtual birthday party for myself during this quarantine. Because my birthday is in April. So I logged on.
That was early on.
Yes, it was very early on. So we weren't allowed to really go far. So I created a WebEx meeting, and I decorated my living room with some balloons.
I think I saw some of the photos. I don't remember. I vaguely remember something about that when you were doing it.
I posted it. Yep. And then I had all my friends.
You don't see everything all the time.
Yep, we had a little birthday party for myself. My parents surprised me with the cake, so they all sung happy birthday. It was really nice. So really working the virtual world, kind of testing that on myself first. But yes, we've kind of gotten a lot of that in the work. So if anyone's looking to kind of transition to some virtual events, we can help with that as well.
Cool. And Marco and I are looking forward to working with you again. You know, I think Marco came in the middle of me telling you about myself. So I just want to shout out to Ava's Eye Bags. You know, we're tweaking things, but we're still working on giving back to 21 charities across the country. 12 of them have already been selected. And now with everything kind of shut down, we're just trying to find different ways to get the project moving again. So I'm excited about that. And I was going to ask you something, Marco, and I forgot what it was. Oh, how are people finding you? You're on Instagram now, right? How can people find you on Instagram, Marco?
Well, I have a page for all three of my stuff. So I have one for Teens with Dreams, and it's just Teens with Dreams, and then I have one for Mr. Panting Productions, separate page, and it's Mr. Panting Productions. And then I have just one main Instagram page where I post my daily life or my things, and that's Marco's main page on Instagram.
And it's all no underscores or anything like that, just the way you're saying it.
They can find all of those pages under my name.
Okay, cool.
I'll come out.
Cool.
I'll pop out. Yeah.
Find him on Instagram. You can find myself on Facebook for *4, Ava Holly, or Ava's Eye Bags, and that's bags with a Z. And also it's 4astar.biz. If you go there, some of the things are a little older because I'm transferring everything to a new site. So that'll be available soon. I think by the next show, we'll be able to give you the new website and how I'm rebranding and retweaking some things. So I hope you're all thinking about what you can do to help the people out there working, to help yourself by exercising or walking more and doing some things now that you have some downtime. I know a lot of people are spring cleaning, spring cleaning, summer cleaning, fall cleaning. We're just cleaning. So, and Marco, I know you're making your bed, right?
Oh yeah, every day.
Every day, me too. RIA, how do you get your day started?
Definitely need to jump in the shower.
Jump in the shower, make your bed, walk, breakfast, all that good stuff. So what do you want to talk about, RIA? We talked about a few things, and I don't know what you want to talk about.
You actually brought up two thoughts that I had. All our essential workers that have been working through all of this, and just kind of helping them and trying to do what we can do. I told you that our Girl Scout troop did the headbands. Another thing they did was they took all their cookie donations, because unfortunately our cookie season kind of got cut short. We weren't able to finish our sales, and they didn't really get to do as much selling as they had hoped for their goals, but that's okay. I told them that we're just going to come back stronger next year. But a lot of the cookies that we did have that we donated, they chose to donate them to 2 of our local grocery stores that they usually always shop at with their families. Because, grocery stores have been open, and those workers have been working every day. So it was a nice surprise, and they were really, like, when we handed them to them, just gave them boxes of Girl Scout cookies. They were pretty excited about that. I know a lot of other troops have been donating to hospitals and things like that. So it's really nice to see kind of what's been going on and how everyone's still giving a helping hand everywhere, and kind of see where everyone's going and what's happening. I know one thing that we do at Simply Platinum is we do the Walk to End Alzheimer's every year. It comes up in September, so there's one coming up very soon. Hoping everything will kind of keep going with that, because that's a cause that's near and dear to my heart. Alzheimer's kind of flows through our family. My grandmother passed away from it. My aunt passed away from it. So it's just something very important to my family and me, and we make sure we walk every year for it. Kind of get donations.
That's one of our give back charities.
I'm sorry?
That's one of our give back charities is Alzheimer's.
Yeah. It's very important to us, and I'm hoping that we can keep doing that in September. That's coming up, so try and get our team together. So that's something to look forward to as well. But it's just nice to see a lot of people doing different things and where they can donate and they're doing with their extra time. Even if it's cleaning out your closet or your garage and taking, those extra clothes that you don't want anymore and kind of donating them. Simple act like that really goes a long way. And it's nice to see that during this time when the world really needs it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's making the circle of life, so to say, helping each other, help each other. So I know, Marco, we've been doing a lot of that with the pantry and with the food stuff that you do and the church stuff that you do as well.
Hey, Marco, I meant to ask you, are you doing those front yard pictures? I saw a lot of photographers going around taking pictures of families on their front yard since they can't go far. It's pretty cool to add that into your portfolio.
No, I haven't been doing that.
That's interesting.
I've been looking at it, I've been following it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of photographers kind of just go around their block and take pictures of the families on the driveway. So no contact and just a pretty cool memory, to kind of put a positive.
You can actually do that with video, Marco, and do a little promo. Just have to, ask them, hey, can I take your video and, share it on my page? And most people are pretty cool if you ask them. So that might be an idea to do something to have some like video running on your page once we've set that all up. Marco's going to be part of our new web page, so you'll be able to find all his stuff at the new rebranding page. So that'll be awesome. And
it gives it a positive spin.
We're excited about that. Yeah, we're trying to stay as positive as we can.
Home all the time.
There was something else I wanted to. We're looking at getting a sponsor for our show, and it's going to be a company called, another sponsor. We already have the amazing Jerry Petito, but we have another sponsor coming on, and from a company called Valentis, and they do interesting infusion coffee, immune boost water, trim water, and pretty much all natural. Not all natural, because Jerry would correct me on that. But it's mostly natural stuff that you can put in your water and your coffee. And so we're going to be talking with them. But if you're interested in hearing about that, just hit me up and I'll set you up with a free tour so you can look at the company of Valentis. And once they become a sponsor, we'll be adding them to our show and, talking about them a little bit more. So, so what else we got going on before we're starting to get down to the wire here? Marco, what else you want to share with us? Anything interesting going on?
Just keep positive.
Yeah, we got to try to find ways to stay positive. I know there's so much crap going on out there, and we have to try to stay positive. RIA, what else you got going on?
We've been really trying to just stay active. And this I learned from my Girl Scout troop. One of the things that we did was we picked a hobby and I'm trying to keep it going every day. So I actually I used to hula hoop when I was younger.
Cool.
So I found a hula hoop in my garage while we were cleaning it out during this downtime. So my goal has been, just to kind of hula hoop every day and just kind of.
Have you ever played jacks? Did you ever play jacks? Did you probably never play jacks, Marco? Probably too young for that.
Of course I played jacks.
You play jacks? Yeah, I love jacks.
Yeah,
it's not real physical. It might be good exercise for your hands, but that's about it.
It keeps you busy.
Yeah. I have to look for my jacks. I have them somewhere, and I have to look for that because that'd be fun to do just sitting around, Yeah,
just that kind of thing, and a lot of family time, which I've actually enjoyed that part of it to take a positive note out of all of that's going on. I've actually enjoyed a lot more family time. You kind of have more time for family dinners because usually we're always so busy and running around and, everyone's schedule is different. But with everyone being home, it's like, wow, we could sit down and have dinner together, My family and I started watching a TV show together, and every week we would sit down and watch it. And it's nice to kind of get that back because I think we lose it a lot when everyone has different shifts. Before any of this happened, I don't remember the last time we actually sat down to have dinner, unless we like all found a day off together. But it's nice to now you're having breakfast lunch again. But
right. My niece was talking about starting a dog walking service because so many people are home taking care of their dogs more and they're getting walked more. And then once they go back to work at a different pace, the dogs are like, back to the other routine, so they're not getting out as much. So that's kind of interesting of different things. Hey, guys out there, if you're listening, we want to put some ideas on Facebook of things that you're doing or things that you want to do. We'll share it around when we share around the show. So if you want to put some ideas out that you're doing or that you're doing with your family or your pets or anything like that, that's cool. I went for a walk on the beach in Keensburg the other day, so I'll give a shout out to Irina Marinchek. Irina, I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, but I think it's Marinchek. And we had a little bit of a business meeting, of course, with our social distancing and smoothie. But then we went to walk on the beach, what was actually the bay side at Keensburg. And a whole bunch of memories came flooding back because we were picking up stones along the shoreline. And I used to do that as a kid all the time in Seaside. We used to walk the beach, and when the tide, it had rained the night before, so all the stones were all lining up all over the beach, and we picked up some beautiful stones and had some conversation about that. So that's something to think about too.
But we also went to Seaside the other day too.
Yeah, that trip was pretty cool, right? The boardwalk was
you went to
open,
go see your
crowded.
friend for a minute, and then me and James walked for like an hour.
Yeah,
we just kept walking the boardwalk, keep walking the boardwalk.
And then we met up, and you were actually all the way in Seaside Park, and I think I showed you where we lived and some of the places that my dad had when we were in Seaside. But Seaside's still a great little town. All these shore towns are hoping to have people coming back to visit them now that the boardwalk's open. We just hope people will just take precaution. That's all I think we have to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes over here. I live closest to Point Pleasant. Really, very, very close. And, just
That's
a lot
married.
of changes. I'm sorry?
That's where I got married.
Oh,
Point
funny. Yeah. So there's just some changes. You can't go obviously sit in a restaurant, but now they're allowing takeout and, just kind of remembering to keep your distance. And so a lot of changes, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Any final things you want to add? I know, Marco, you want to close out with a Bible verse. I think we've got a few more minutes. Is there anything else you want to share? RIA, was there anything you wanted to share?
Yeah, no, I'm just excited, hoping that, we can make Small Business Saturday happen again, and you guys will join us. Hopefully we'll have a good turnout. I'm not sure with how everyone's going to feel in November, but I think it's a really important day that we kind of remember, because especially right now when all these small businesses or majority of them had to close for so many months, just kind of remembering your local small businesses that are nearby, that are in the town. You guys know very well that we bring a lot of different small businesses together, and we have kind of a little pop-up shop where guests can come in and they shop from different vendors. So it's kind of like a mini mall for the day. It's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We have it in the wall area, Tin Falls. We kind of jump back and forth, but hopefully we'll keep it in the same location this year. Just kind of got to wait and see how everything pans out and when everyone opens. But, hoping for a positive turnout, even though everyone's kind of hesitant at this time. But we'll see what happens in November. But just kind of reminding everyone that, small businesses, it's, we do a little happy dance when you buy from us or book with us. And remembering that, they're just focusing on our businesses and trying to make it. So especially with this time when everyone's had to close or pause. And I know so many people in the wedding industry that, or too, everyone had to postpone weddings and things and, deposits and money back. And it's just hard on everyone right now. So just kind of remembering your local small business.
I think that's good. starting now to remember the small businesses, because some small businesses have to close because, you know, of all this. So hopefully we can keep the economy going by, you know, shopping small business, whether it's online or in person or however things flow down the road, so to say.
And they've been definitely making changes, like a lot of the restaurants, you know, remember your local pizza place, you know, your favorite restaurant down the street. I know I brought this up, Tino's Palette. You know, I know the one in Wall that's closest to me, but they're all over. They, you know, they're doing virtual kits. There's a lot of, you know, bakeries that are doing like, you know, take-home kits for donuts or take-home kits for cupcakes. And even just, you know, buying one of those kind of helps a small business owner. And we get really excited.
That's pretty cool. Well, I think between the three of us, we're all in the event world and in the, you know, entertainment world, that you can find out any information about what's going on through us, you know, Marco's Instagram, RIA gave her websites, and of course through mine as well, and through the Facebook pages. We will, you know, post as things open up and post as events become, you know, live, virtual, or whatever's going on. So I think we're just about ready to close out, unless anybody has some last minute thoughts. Again, I want to give a big, huge shout out to Jerry Petito. We love you, girl. I hope you're staying well and safe. And Marco, you want to close us out with a Bible verse like you usually do on your show?
Yeah. It's short today. It's just John 13:35. Just love one another. You know, everything that's going around right now, I feel like everyone needs to love each other, because you know, we're all equal. Doesn't matter by the color of your skin or anything like that. But like we're just all the same. We all got the same goals. We all want to achieve. We all want to become somebody. And I feel like we just need to love one another each and every day more and more. You know.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, I think we're just closing out just a few minutes early, Ruben, so I think that's good. And, you know, this was a little trying doing it this way for the first time. So hopefully, I don't know if we will be live next month. We'll discuss that with Ruben later, or if we will, you know, be back on GoToMeeting. But this was great, Ruben. Thank you so much for your expertise. Hamilton Radio. Find us at hamiltonradio.net. And we will see you back July 5th, which is the first Sunday in July, with Ava's Casual Chat at 1 and Teens with Dreams at 2. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Love you both.
Thank you, guys.
Teens with dreams. Teens with dreams.
This is the Legion.
Teens with dreams, yeah. All I wanna do is me when I grow up. Teens with dreams, yeah. All I wanna do is me when I grow up. Teen with a dream don't get no harder. It's easy.